Member categories in Pole Studio Manager is one of the most exciting, powerful features of the software. So before I show you how to create a member category, I want to show you a couple of different places that they can be used. So you start to think about how you want to set this up in your program. So first, when I look at a class roster, the member categories are going to show. Member categories are assigned at sales item time. So when someone purchases a sales item, I can have it set or unset a member category. Now that's really cool because that means that as people go through my program from a perspective to an intro student to someone who actually bought one level of membership to someone who bought a higher level of membership, I can set and unset the categories. I also can do it manually by coming into a student profile in the additional tab and adding, if I need to, at any point. Expiration dates, if it's sales item related, will always expire with the sales item. So if someone hasn't paid you, they won't have the icon anymore as a way for you to know that they don't have access to other things in the program. Or you can come in and manually set it up and set expiration dates that are far away. Now, what's great about this is these icons that you either manually set or set via sales item give you so much power. So first of all, in sales items, I can choose to sell a sales item to a member category or not sell it to a member category. So if you want to have a different price for an item for someone based on their member category, you can set that up here so that the people who don't have that category never even see the other price. You can also message people via member category. So in our messaging tab, if I click the icon, I can come down here and set the member category that I want and then load, and it will let me then message only those people. I can also give people access to videos based on member category. So as I'm creating my on-demand video library, I can come in and say which member categories see this. Now, why that's extra awesome is that, remember how I said, if it's tied to a sales item and the sales item expires, the member category expires, that means they'll no longer have access to their on-demand videos. I can also set up a specific discount for a sales item via member category. So I can come in here, say that my instructors get a tank top for a discount of $20. And now anyone that has that member category, when they check out, will automatically get their $20 discount. When I'm in global settings, if I start to type category, I can start to see how many different options there are. Member categories gives you a ton of ability to decide who can register for classes unpaid. So if you have any type of membership that is auto renewing and you want them to be able to register outside of their normal registration window, I would want to be able to select those members to say who can register unpaid. I also can use member categories to send out different emails if they late cancel or no show, so that if someone has a membership that's, like, say, unlimited and they get charged for if they late cancel, or they get charged a different amount if they no show, the system can automatically generate all of those. You can have a member category as well for anyone that has come to a party. So if someone is registering for a party via the private URL, you can have a registration icon at that time so you can track those people. And if they then buy something else, you can unset the party attendee and still have their next icon available, which allows you to always have smart email lists. This is just an overview of some of the things that member categories does. It is an extremely powerful feature in Pole Studio Manager. So how do we set it up? We're going to come into settings, categories, member categories. Now here, I'm going to click new category. I'm going to type the name. And I'm going to type the order. The order is where these will show up every time I'm accessing one of those lists. The number at the top is going to be the like number one, and the numbers get bigger as we go down the list. Now, here I'm going to place my order number. Then the icon settings matter a lot. The icon settings give your instructors, your staff, your admin a quick reference of what type of membership this person has. So the icon is what shows up here. These are icons. The P, C, and H are all icons that I created. Now, I'm going to select a shape. I'm going to select a color. If I want, I can come into my saved colors to see what colors were used before. So if I want to color code, I can. I can also get crazy fancy if I want to go to the advanced tab. Then I'm going to set the letter and the letter color. And then I'm going to save. And now I've created a new member category that I can tie to a sales item, or I can manually enter onto a student profile to give them all of the other benefits that member categories create. Now, at any point, I can edit it by coming in and changing any part of this and saving. And if I decide I no longer want to use that member category, I can click the trash can and I can archive it. Please note that it archives, it does not delete. You can always see your archived items on the right-hand side. You can restore any of them by clicking an arrow, or you can click back to show your active icons. So, other thing to note is if you archive a member category, that does not mean it is taken away from the student. So if you remember Paula Test here, she still has the heels icon, even though I archived it. So if I want that to go away from hers, I would need to go into her actual account, and first I'd have to restore it, haha. Then I'd have to go into her actual account, refresh, her additional tab, and then remove it. Remember that icons are more powerful, the member categories are more powerful if you keep them associated with a sales item, because then the expiry date is there, and that way students don't get access to things like your video library when they aren't currently paying you. I would encourage you to think how you can use them for sales items more than using them manually, but manual is an option for something if there's a reason that it makes sense. The perspective icon and the party attendee icon are built into the site and are linked already in your global settings. So it makes the most sense to just edit those to what you want rather than archiving them. If you do choose to archive them and create your own, definitely go back into your global settings though and fill out what happens when someone creates a new account for you in your online client. That is what the perspective icon right now is automatically attached to. And what happens when someone registers for a party with the private URL, right now the party attendee is attached to that. So I hope you have fun thinking about how you want to start to set up your member categories. This is an insanely powerful feature of PSM. So spend some time really thinking about how to best utilize